Hey guys, it's Jessie and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Sorry if the lighting's a bit off or I look a little bit worse for it. It's the evening now and I've just got back from a lash lift, and if you know, you can't wear any like eye makeup when you've just done that, so I might look a little bit dissimilar to normal. But today we are back with another TBR video. I know I was kind of off posting this month. I only posted 3 videos, and 2 videos ago, so like my third last video is another TBR wheel thing, but I did that one a bit late and I'm doing this one a bit earlier because I'm going to be gone for the entirety of next month. I will still be posting videos, I'll have stuff pre-filmed, but I'm going to be in Bali from the 24th of March till the 22nd of April, which is very, very exciting, but means that I do have some pre-filming to do, and I will be doing reading when I'm out there, and I do want to be able to do this TBR challenge when I'm out there. I think it'll be really fun. So yeah, basically that is what we are going to be doing today. Just a little earlier version of the TBR wheel random generator game that I've come up with. I need a better name, but you know, randomly generating my TBR. So as I said before, I am going to Bali for the month, which means I won't be taking physical books with me. I'm backpacking. I will be taking my Kindle, obviously. I need to be able to read, and hopefully I will be able to get through some books on there. So the majority of the books that I'm going to pick are going to be from there. I'm back here at my house for a couple of days before heading back to uni, so there's a couple books on this shelf that I could potentially pick if I really needed something to fulfill the prompt, but the main goal is going to be Kindle or audiobook, so it's not going to be very much holding up books, but I will be able to show you them on my Kindle at least. So without further ado, I'll talk about last month. We smashed out the park last month. I read every single book on my TBR. I was so proud of myself. I still am so proud of myself. I mean, I know it was only the second month, but still, like, the first month we did not do the best job. I even read a book that was on my TBR last month. It was just amazing. I was just so proud of myself. So yeah, we did a very, very good job this month. So going off last month's reads, we read The House in the Cerulean Sea. That was for the random letter generator prompt because the author is TJ Klune and we got a K. I read Note to Self, which was for a non-fiction. I read Pizza Girl, which was for boyfriend pics. I read A Flicker in the Dark, which I believe was for a thriller. I believe. Yes, I read Better Than the Movies, which is for the YA prompt. I read It Happened One Summer for a romance, and I read The Book of Card Cases for a library book. So we did exceptionally well, knocked them all out the park, had some really, really good reads there. And yeah, overall, really, really proud of myself. So overall, with my TBR wheel, there's only one book that I've missed off that I haven't read yet, and that was from January, but we'll ignore that. So yeah, basically let's just get started and generate some prompts. I'm going to be going off my little tiny decisions wheel on my phone. Here is what we are looking like now, and I'm just going to tap this middle button and randomly generate our first prompt. So that is a 2021 release. Interesting. So I'm going to go onto my Goodreads, and I've got a shelf of my Kindle Unlimited books. So that is how we're basically going to be picking everything out today through that shelf. I'm going for initially the ones that are in my library at the moment, like ones that I've downloaded onto my Kindle. There are like a few different ones on here, if you can see, kind of a mix of stuff. So I'm going to pop onto my Kindle Unlimited shelf and then sort it by publication year for a 2021 release. So the options I have on here would be Magnolia Parks by Jessihinesbiz, Hooked by Emily McIntyre, and Indigo Ridge by Devney Perry. They're the ones I've got saved on here. So out of all of those, the one I want to read the most I think is definitely Magnolia Parks. It's a big book, but overall I think it sounds very, very intriguing. So this is it here. You can see that's what we're going to be reading for the first prompt. Very exciting. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, I'm going to be pulling 6 books. I did 5 the first month, then didn't read 2, so I had a punishment of adding 2, but I do think 6 is a better number for me. I think it just makes more sense, and I think that's kind of realistic for me as well, so that's the best way to do it, I think. So we have Magnolia Parks as the first one, which is very exciting. I'm very, very eager to read that, so I will enjoy that, I'm sure. And then afterwards, next prompt is going to be a book rated over 4.25 on Goodreads. Okay, so I'm going to go to the same shelf again, sort by average rating, over 4.25. So our options for this, we have Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman, The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, Full Tilt by Emma Scott, and Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. So these are the options there. I think I'm going to go for The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I've heard really good things and it does sound very interesting. I'm definitely interested in reading a thriller. So here we have The Housemaid. That's going to be next on the list. I hope these are going to be good plain reads because that's probably where I'll read most of them. Then next up, we have a one-word title. Okay, I'm not sure if I have any on here, do I? Okay, we actually do. We have Flawless by Elsie Silver, that's a romance. We've got Ghosted by J.M. Darhauer, also a romance, I believe. Hooked by Emily McIntyre. Those are 3. So I think I'll go for Ghosted by J.M. Darhauer. This is a pretty long one, to be honest, but I have heard good things. And this is the book here. I believe it's one of us's famous childhood friends lovers. I'm not too sure, but sounds pretty interesting from what I've heard. A second chance romance, that's what it is actually. Okay, cool. Then next up, we have our 4th randomly generated prompt. That's going to be a 2022 release, so we'll pop back onto the shelf and sort by publication year. So we've got quite a few options for that. One of them is The Housemaid, which we've obviously picked already. Then we've got Flawless, again by Elsie Silver, The Infinity Between Us by Ennis Perkins, and Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. So those 4 books, but technically not in The Housemaid. I think out of them, I'm going to go for The Infinity Between Us. I think it sounds like quite a fun little easy summery romance. Ghosted is pretty long, and I think that's like only about 300 pages, so not too bad. And here we have it. Here it says True Love Always Remains, The Infinity Between Us, and I think it's like a summery romance, kind of like beach house vibes maybe, because we've got some like surf and the sea, which would be great for when I'm in Bali. Very much excited for that. So then roll number 5. That gives us to a book with red on the cover. Okay, the annoying thing about these is that my Kindle's in black and white, so I literally cannot see on there. But on my phone, I think there's a couple with red. Okay, so The Vegetarian by Han Kang and Full Tilt by Emma Scott, they both have red on them there, if you can see. Also His and Hers by Alice Feeney has like a little bit of red on there, but the one I think I'm actually going to pick is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I'm going to show you on my phone, but there is a little bit of red in there, and I think this will be fun to kind of mix things up a bit. This is the first in the Violent Delights series, and I do want to read it. It sounds very, very interesting. And yeah, I won't show you on my Kindle obviously because it's not got the colours on it, so it will be pretty much pointless. But yeah, that's what it looks like there. So I think that'll be pretty interesting. Then for our final roll, actually very, very exciting, we have one of my newest books. Okay, so I'm not going to pick a Kindle Unlimited book for this, obviously, because it's not going to be one of my newest books, but that does mean I get to pick a physical book. And oh, okay, one that I'm very, very excited about, that I literally is my newest book that I picked up. My boyfriend actually bought it for me, but I bought it on Saturday and I'm filming this on Wednesday, and that is going to be The Trees Grew Because I Bled There by Eric LaRocca. This is a short book. It's a collection of short stories. I think I definitely will be able to read this probably once I get back from Bali. I have a bit of time, so this will probably be on my list here. It's got 8 short stories in here, so it's really not all too long at all, maybe like just over 200 pages, and I think it's like meant to be a bit disturbing, horror, things like that. So these stories are body horror at its best. They are nightmarish and they are deeply human. I love them, and it sounds very intriguing. I'll read the little blurb here because I haven't really been able to read the blurb for anything and I miss reading blurbs. It says 8 stories of dark fiction from a master storyteller exploring the shadow side of love. These are tales of grief, obsession, control, intricate examinations of trauma and tragedy in raw poetic prose. A woman imagines horrific scenarios whilst caring for her infant niece. Online posts chronicle a cancer diagnosis. A couple in the park with their small child encounter a stranger with horrific consequences, and a toxic relationship reaches a horrifying conclusion. So this sounds very intriguing. I also love like just I think the cover, the title, The Trees Grew Because I Bled There. That sounds so cool. Very spooky, and it's obviously a little red hardback. I just thought this looks so cool. This is a new 2023 release. I didn't know this was coming out. I'm very intrigued with that. I'm also intrigued with his other book. I believe it's also short story collections. It's Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. Sounds very intriguing. But this one's literally only got 676 ratings on Goodreads, 253 reviews, so not very much at all. But yeah, 4.14 stars, which is pretty high. So yeah, this is going to be the final book for this month, which is very exciting. Okay, so that rounds out my TBR random wheel generator for May. No, that's not even the month. That's not even close. For April, I, one, need to remember the month, and two, need to come up with a better name for this. So just to recap, we have Magnolia Parks, The Housemaid, Ghosted, The Infinity Between Us, These Violent Delights, and The Trees Grew Because I Bled There. So unfortunately the only one I can hold up besides my Kindle, obviously, but yeah, really excited for this, and hopefully we'll get through a good chunk of these. I mean, I've got such long plane rides. It's 16 hours to Singapore and then a few more hours to Bali, traveling around there on the beach. I definitely should be able to get all of these done, and obviously in my reading wrap up you'll see if I do more. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like down below, hit subscribe, turn on the bell, showing a little club, make sure you turn on all notifications, then you'll be notified every single time I post a new video. If you want to watch my other videos, there'll be 2 on the screen now to pick from, as well as the linked up in the cards from earlier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!